If you're here, you're probably looking to improve your English speaking skills and sound more like a native speaker.
Hi, how are you? How are you?
I love you.
I love you.
I went to the Muppet store.
You're looking good. You look better.
Well, you're in the right place. Today, I'm going to share some tried and true tips to help you speak English naturally and confidently. So, let's dive right in. Tip 1. Master pronunciation and intonation. One of the most important things to sound like a native speaker is getting your pronunciation and intonation right. Every language has its own rhythm, and English is no different. Focus on stressing the right syllables and mimicking the musical flow of the language. Listen to native speakers, pay attention to how they stress words, and practice imitating them. Example: native speakers tend to emphasize keywords in a sentence, so instead of saying "I went to the store," they'll say, "I went to the store." Try it out, practice speaking in front of a mirror or record yourself to get used to the sound. Tip 2. Learn common idioms and expressions. Another way to sound more natural is by using idioms and expressions native speakers use all the time. Phrases like break the ice, hit the books, or under the weather are commonly used in everyday conversation. Start incorporating these into your daily conversations, but remember to use them in the right context. This not only makes you sound fluent but also helps you connect with people on a more personal level. Tip 3. Think in English. This might sound tricky, but one of the best ways to sound like a native speaker is to think in English. If you're constantly translating from your native language in your head, it slows you down and makes your sentences sound unnatural. Try describing things you see around you in English, or narrating what you're doing. Over time, this will help you think more directly in the language. Tip 4. Imitate, don't just memorize. Memorizing grammar rules and vocabulary is important, but to sound like a native speaker, you need to go beyond that. Instead, focus on imitating native speakers. Watch movies, TV shows, and YouTube videos. Pay attention to how people talk, how they greet each other, how they react to different situations. Try to mimic not just their words, but also their tone, body language, and expressions. Tip 5. Practice speaking every day. Like any skill, speaking English like a native requires consistent practice. Dedicate a few minutes each day to speaking English, whether it's with a friend, a language exchange groups, or simply narrate your day in English. The more you speak, the more natural it becomes. Tip 6. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Perfection isn't the goal here, communication is. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Every native speaker has made them, too. The more you practice, the more you'll improve. Alright, those are my top tips for sounding like a native English speaker. Remember, it's all about practice and persistence. Keep pushing yourself, and you'll be surprised at how fast you improve. If you found these tips helpful, give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more language learning tips. See you in the next one.